maybe they have some sort of insane tactic with this setup to like counter it.
Well, obviously we're looking at Angel in a different light as well because of the fact that he's not even gone for the Brimstone. You know, if I see him switching back, I'm seeing that faster execute, but he doesn't want to do that. Not against the Viper that he knew would probably come out on Summon. So, straight away you see that flash used for a 3-man peek down B long. TP coming through, but it's a fake with a shadow step. You can pop that on the floor while jumping into the TP. You'll go through, make the noise, make them scared, and then pop on back. And you can see now, with Angel's position, it causes a little bit of paranoia because you have to go back and check out that angle. You're like, is there someone in there?
Oh, I see what you did there. Oh, that's a shock dart inside a teleporter. Don't mind if I do. Shao is just lurking around here, not really finding anything.
Oh, that's so smart, dude. So the shock dart goes in to open up the teleporter wall and then allow Meddo to get inside. That's unbelievable.
Wow.
So obviously the bounces there perfectly let it through. I'm in love with that by FPX. Now they've got a great little lurk if someone try a fast rotate. This essentially gives them hookah control once they seize it. They use the drone that you don't normally see, but up on a pistol! Meddo runs out of ammo, taken down. TP comes in, but they're thinking, wait, what? Meddo's here, but they take him down. And it's all up to Zyppaan to get it done. A 1v2, a Ghost, low HP, but he has his nade. He's got it still in effect. Is he going to chuck it in towards the defender spawn? Not yet. He's worried about someone jumping out of hookah, but instead, he should be worried about my boy Mistic on the Viper.
That was such a smart play. The shock dart into hookah there. My only question is if they expected it, because why would an attacking team shoot a dart into the teleporter?
So there's two things I can say. One, they probably expected. They seem to, because tsack, it's going to take me a while to get used to that.
Tsack.
We learned recently it's tsack, not tsack, for those of you out there. So tsack went through the TP and started spinning. He was like 3,000 DPI spinning. I play on 400, so that'd be very low. But then when you look at the other aspect, maybe the idea was that they would think he missed it, that he meant to like bounce it off a wall and they just went in there and it was just unlucky. I think you need to sell it a little bit more because it did go straight in. Maybe bounce it off something first, I don't know. But that's something for you, Jonas. Something for you to figure out, actually.
Oh.
You can text your buddies, hey, I've got this new shock dart lineup. It bounces twice, goes in TP, sells some great stuff. But either way, FPX, they've come into this one. They've only got some base pistols, and yet damage is already done.
Yeah, Angel's already picked up a Spectre here from winning that duel earlier. Not much happening yet, as it's a pretty slow slay style here.
Oh, that it is.
Yeah, a slow slay style. You love to see it. But the push starts to come in on ace short here, going through the smoke here. About to get some content as the paranoia misses, but the TP comes out. No, this is terrible for Angel. That feels so bad.
He didn't know, he just about missed it, and here comes the one-way setup as Mo capitalizes on so many kills. Shadow is 1 HP. He's been lit down by the snake bite. He was taking double damage, and even as this flash goes through, you're dead. Oh, you're so dead. As tsack takes him out with a stinger and picks up a sheriff. Actually a valuable pickup as well, because now he's got the option to take those close-range fights with a one-shot headshot weapon.
That must feel so bad for Angel there. When you, you send that paranoia. Oh, oh, I can feel the pain.
It is literally a pixel to the right. That's the problem. He was slightly too much to the right on that aim, and so it left that player completely unblinded.
Yeah, that you know, that snake bite once again combined with that one-way smoke, it's so hard to push through.
We've seen it from Mistic so many times, and he's set up in the exact same position again.
Yep.
It's how they like to play this A site, man. It makes it so difficult to do anything in the early stages of pushing towards that, because remember, she starts with 100 toxins now. It used to build up, so she's just able to leave that up with her wall for a long, long time.
Yeah, and combined with the Cypher utility on B site, there isn't really an easy bomb site to take here.
No, there's no easy way in. As you look at Summon, they're being smoked out. Actually, that's to counter the one-way, cause a little bit of concern. They popped their own up on top. Here comes a snake bite. Ooh. Or I thought, it looks like they're going to just wait patiently. Maybe that snake bite was going to be flung into the TP if they decided to teleport. But let's look at FPX's intentions. They have a player outside a bathroom, 2 still on middle, Spike outside the A side. They are pressuring in towards B. I look down towards Shao. He has not got a drone at the moment. That's a problem. So clearing this angle out is going to be very difficult. And if they go one at a time, Doma can easily frag them. They decide to back off. spike picked up, and now it's a full mid push, but Mistic is quick to open it up and still has a snake bite to slow down this push. He's peeking wide and catches them off guard. I mean, how could you expect it?
30
Absolutely,
seconds
and
left.
for once we don't see this buddy system we've seen earlier. Questionable maybe if Angel was shut off there by the Viper smoke and the rest was simply too far behind to actually follow up as Shadow goes close to the Viper wall here, sneaking up. He gets peeked on through the wall though, he's still alive, but there Mo takes him out, and this is gonna be very hard. And the 10 seconds left on the clock as well. There isn't really much they can do, but Meddo takes out Boaster. Maybe they can get a plant down here?
He has to go for it right now. There's just no time anymore.
No.
Through the TP you go. Meddo's running for his life. Shao's looking to catch some refrags if players do pursue him, but nobody does. They duck on in, and those weapons will be carried through to the next round for FPX, but another failed attempt at the push as they poke and prod and figure out exactly what their opponents of SUMN FC are doing. And I think now they should have a pretty good read. Look at that.
Did you see that?
The timing wasn't quite perfect because the shock dart would have popped before the vulnerability was inflicted, but either way, I mean, it works. There was 10 seconds left. They were just making sure they sent a message loud and clear, you're not getting a plant.
Just the fact that they're trying those things makes me very happy, I'll be honest. Because we all know that both, like, the only thing Viper's good for is to give shock darts more damage, so...
Well, you know what? Maybe when you and I play together, but in general, in the hands of someone like Mistic, Viper's good for a whole lot of things. But combined with a Sova, it's very powerful. And you notice that SUMN FC, and this was actually a point that you brought up, Jonas, yesterday, that SUMN FC like to play on the other sides of the walls. They'll use their drone or the recon arrow to actually clear out the other side, spot the players, and get the frags through it. Tsack and Doma, talking to getting frags, they're doing that textbook as they pick up a 2-man advantage in a round where FPX don't have a lot to work with. One of the rifles already dropped, and that's, again, the second time somebody's died to that exact same tripwire.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate, and as you said, they're on a low buy here, not too much to work with. 50 seconds left on the clock. They don't really seem to find the openings that they were able to find on Split here. We'll see if they can find something as the smoke goes out. They're starting to get moving in on sight, but... Ooh, and the pick comes out. A beautiful shot there by Meddo. Doma taken out. You still have a Cypher lurking into elbow. Meddo's actually pushing him. Can we have a little Cypher duel going on here?
Looks like it's Cypher versus Cypher, but a little bit of a lazy peek on that angle. Doesn't fully clear it. Flicks away before he's able to get the shot off onto Tsack, and it's all down to Shadow. He's going to have to evade a couple of players, catch some quick kills, and a plant. It's just not really possible at this stage, is it? He goes in for the plant. 10 seconds on the clock, and it looks like he's in a lot of trouble.
That was a very strange duel there at the end. And yeah, Shadow simply wasn't faster than his own Shadow this time, but it's a tricky situation. Anyway, 4-0. FPX needs to maybe starting to get a bit worried here now, trying to find out. I mean, we talk about this time and time again. Here we see that lazy peek here by Meddo is really unfortunate. Tsack was really low, but still, the Stinger is super dangerous in close combat. So he played that to his advantage really well.
Oh, now 4-0 for FPX. They get their bye. This is where they can do some damage and not come into the round with the intention to die, as they did in the previous, where they didn't have a lot to work with. And it always sucks when you've got to take those rounds, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. The TP, again, going to be faked, and really, just playing mind games at this point. SUMN, they're just throwing it out there. Boaster's like, hey guys, I could be behind you, in front of you, beside you, on top of you. I could be wherever I want to be, and you're never going to know. And it really is annoying, because at this point, he could just be sat in there for the next 30, 40, 50 seconds, and as soon as they go, he's not in the TP, let's push bathroom, he could come out behind them. And you're always thinking about that.
Yeah, it's a Sova drone comes through, teleport here, doesn't find any information, but of course, not seeing anyone is still information as Shadow's about to entry out of bathroom here. It's gonna be a big clash soon as ultimates are coming out. Left, right, and center. Zyppaan gets a nade kill as well, still holding his rocket, not finding anything. Doesn't actually connect, neither does a Sova, but Mistic takes out Meddo, and suddenly we have a very active round so far.
Mistic, no support on the A side of his wall. It was used towards the B side, so they're just gonna go in for the kills. Mistic Gonna pop in and clear the corner with the snake bite. Nobody in there. They'd be pushed out at this point, I guarantee it. No one's gonna be taking that vulnerability and damage for that long. A roll Thunder a peek right after FPX. Looking to take down Mistic. Great movement though. He gets to safety before he gets taken down. Jack is able to trade. So much damage done to Shao. Now 1 HP. He's caught behind that smoke. Jack, he spotted and baited out the shot, but Angel eliminates in time. Mistic 1 for 1. Low HP on Shao. The spray is so close, but he can't get him. Goes to pop his ultimate. But at that moment, Shao peeks through and FPX, they get around on the board.
Jeez. That was so close. The wall bang there, so close, but I still think that the bomb was too far. I feel like that Viper ult could that have been a misclick by any chance, or did it actually not go off? It did look like he.
I don't think it went off.
Maybe it was the wall. Don't they have like kind of the same?
No, he'd already popped the wall. It was definitely the activation. The hands go out and open up. Trust me, I've played enough Viper. I know what that ult looks like. But the thing is, so it could have been a misclick. The panic, right? He's running over, he's jumping, he realized I don't have enough time, player's coming for me, and then thing. But look, he's got his ultimate still, because obviously you press X, which takes it out to line it up, and then you activate it. He didn't activate it, got killed in time, luckily, so the ultimate wasn't wasted. Smoke down for spawn. FPX clearly looking to push this B site. Boaster gets ahead of the flash in a really good position now. Pushes at the right moment, but he doesn't get the kill. Jack luckily able to trade ahead of time, but he's taken down right after.
Oh, Doma's popped his ultimate. He's going into Twitch clip mode, but it gets taken out by Shao as Mo refracts him straight. Gets another one as well. Zyppaan's just clean shot to the head. And another one.
Oh, baby! Let's go, Mistic, the Viper main. This guy is insane. 5-1 for SUMN as they summon the power to walk on through with a strong defensive side. One of the first we've actually seen when it comes to bind. That was sick by Mo. He assisted the kill up above, but Mistic, he takes the cake on that.
Yeah, we talked earlier about how all these Viper utility is going to cause some FPS drops, but if this continues, we might as well have an FPX drop.
I love Mistic, man. I love watching this guy. Honestly, I like watching him drop FPX all over the place. Dropping corpses, dropping ults, dropping everything. His wall here is actually a little bit different than what we've seen in the past. This is to fully cut off the A site. So they're going to give them control over the teleporter. I haven't seen them use this at all. It's a one-way to cover in towards bathroom if they do want to give up that control. And so typically, to me, oh wow, this is going to be a rotate to the B site for extra support. Not a 3-man A setup still, but I think they're going to wait till they use the drone out first and spot nobody mid. Oh, those players have snuck away just in time.
Absolutely, they have, and that's going to slow down this push tremendously. But of course, FPX here on a very low buy, kind of scarce utility, not much to work with here. It's not going to be an easy task to get into this bomb site. They still have a plenty amount of time as Shao gets a very clean shot here on Doma. Maybe starting to open up the bomb site a little bit. Cypher has a really good angle to hold here from elbow. Still holding it. Oh, but a missed shot there as the P comes from. He's jiggling like a champion. He gets tagged, but it's still not enough to get him down as the flash comes out, but he's quickly to dodge it. Oh, beautifully done by tsack. He pops his ultimate as well. He's flashed by the paranoia. Gets a tag as well on his camera in all of this madness. This guy is insane.
I like that. You know, I can't see a thing. Screw it. I'm going to take the camera out and help my teammates. Jack able to grab another before he goes down. Big work already done. And the rest of his team should close this out. The Shao show almost getting an early debut. Shadow on 1 HP. He'd evaded the UI, but he didn't evade SUMN as they take him down and get a defuse. But a good eco round for FPX.
Absolutely. It was just... It was so, I'm just so flabbergasted by that Jack play there. He's like flashed and fully stressed out. He's like, might just enter my camera and tag someone in hookah and then keep playing. I was like, dude, how many brains do you have?
The funny thing as well is that he's playing versus FPX, and FPX mostly use Vandals. So in that situation where they paranoia you, unless they hit the headshot, you'll be able to return fire by seeing their tracers and the shots.
Yep.
But look, he went for the cam, tagged up a player, got his teammates in with a little bit more information. I respect it. Yep. Hell, there's worse things you can do in a panic. That's for damn sure.
Yep.
Again, another mix-up of the wall, and the Mistic has been changing these constantly. This one right here, we've seen it in the past. Obviously, I think we've seen it in this game as well. Used to get some aggression in through bathroom, and now they're splitting in a TP. Boaster in with 2, but FPX, they've returned the kills. They've gotten away with much more than you'd expect. Sure, the space was opened up for Boaster, but now, oh my God, Mo, this is sneaky. If they checked it. They checked it. You're dead, Mo. Unfortunately, well handled by FPX to be cautious and clear it. They know Mistic plays around this position, and they know Boaster was inside a bath. I would TP to be in this situation. They're gonna do it. Okay, good read by FPX, and the timing was God tier.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a matter of seconds there before Boaster had a perfect flank. He probably TPs. He actually canceled his TP.
Huh. How did he do that?
Planted.
Well, actually, you know what? I think he might have thought that they would rotate, they would TP and rotate straight back through middle. So now he's guaranteed that they're not, but it's already planted. Mistic, he can back off now. He can just play this with his teammate. It's a 2v2. This is perfectly winnable, and Boaster's taken so long to come on this flank. But look at FPX. They're being proactive. They're not sitting ducks on the bomb site waiting to be taken down. Instead, they're going out and clearing elbow, but at just the right time, Mistic comes up behind. He gets one. They have no idea on Zyppaan. Boaster spots him and sprays him down for 3, and like, yeah, he's got enough time. He's gonna get the defuse. I was worried when he missed it. I'm like, it's pretty close. The ticks of this spike give me anxiety, man. It always feels like it's about to explode.
My goodness. Who would have thought that we would be on map 3, 7-1 for SUMN when we saw the first map?
Yeah, not a lot of people. Not a lot of people.
No.
I guarantee the Twitch chat analysts did not predict this. Or if they did, fair play. I mean, you deserve some subs from the Sova main to my left.
Yeah, about that.
He's already promised enough, I think, over the course of this. He doesn't want to risk it. All the SUMN fanboys in chat. Well, you know what? Now's a good time to pop those emotes to let us know, because this is the best game in SUMN's history. They're so close to defeating FPX now. We mentioned as well that most of these teams, they've been thriving on the attacking side. I'm buying that's been true. And for FPX, they've only got one round.
Yeah, and we talked about this earlier. Can we see some upsets here? We already G2 lost. Imagine if we're actually going to get Heretics versus SUMN FC in the finals. I think nobody could have predicted that so far.
No. If anybody's actually made that prediction before this event, you're a lunatic. You absolutely are. But for SUMN, apparently your producer did. I doubt that. But for SUMN, 7-1 lead. They're locking down these lineups of the walls and the setups for Viper in general. The A side has been changing every single round in how you can expect this defense to be set up. You see FPX now poking out in bathroom, and as soon as Meddo sees that one way is up on top, out of there, buddy. He's leaving, falling back over towards middle. Now for FPX, are they fully intending to move towards the B site? Because the spike's gonna loan up long. I hate that setup. That scares me a lot. Doma is able to get one, heals up. He's now got the armor, pops the leer. He's scared of swinging the headshot angle. Not gonna work versus Shao, but the trade is there immediately by the Hunter's Fury. And now down to a 2 versus 4. The one weak weapon that SUMN had got them so much value.
Absolutely, and that was perfectly played by Mo as well, because you can see him on the minimap as soon as he starts to shoot. So he used that opportunity to use his Hunter's Fury. Great use of utility there. As the arrow comes out, the info gathering comes out, the plant is going down. There's still a few seconds left. Only one man remaining though, and just like that, we're going to 8-1.
Very smart move by SUMN as well. You realize how low the time is. There is no chance that player is faking. What does that tell you? It means there's a 4v1 on offer. That other player is the player is planting, removed from the situation. He cannot help. Even if he wants to get off it and shoot, he cannot. He has to stick it. So they just run out. They're happy. They're like, yeah, Shadow, you take the first one, but then we know where you are. We trade it instantly, and then it's a 3v1. Again, very winnable situation because you know where he is after the spike. Perfectly handled. This is just clinical play from SUMN FC, and it further builds onto what we were saying earlier, that first map did not do them justice. And if we didn't make it all the way to map 3, it would be a disservice to the SUMN FC name. And now we are seeing that in full force. SUMN FC are not a team to be underestimated. Nice early fight that Mo manages to trade, but oh, FPX, they're not a fan of the mid push by SUMN at all.
Oh no, they're trying to show that they're still in this fight. They're about to get the plant going down, and this is not an easy retake for SUMN FC. If they do this, you might as well send them to the final already.
Just give him the trophy, man. Just give him the trophy. Well, tsack's being consistent, and he opens up one on the Angel. This is now getting a little bit scary. Mistic with the God tier flag. He's got a double. Shadow's the only one left. This is so dangerous. A winnable round for SUMN FC out of nowhere. Ultimate pop. Shadow's focusing towards the site. He's got the Rolling Thunder. Forces the 1v1, but Jack wins it. And just like that, SUMN FC shut down a round they never should have had a chance in. How have they gotten away with that? That is just pure robbery.
You know, when you talk about Caster's curse, I might just...
You know, there's literally no way they win this. 10 seconds later, they're defusing the spike. What was that? Like, that flank was so good by Mistic. Nobody on FPX suspected it.
But you have to question.
Why didn't they?
Why didn't they know? Why were they so certain that there was no one there?
Yeah. Maybe we'll have to look back at that round. Perhaps there's some utility that he avoided. There must have been some reason, man, because they had a player outside the teleporter. They knew no one was there. You know you're not vulnerable to heaven anymore. There's nowhere else to look. Now, perhaps Cypher was setting up some utility. I would have to watch that one back from different perspectives to fully see what was happening. But whatever it was, worked out so damn well for SUMN FC. I cannot believe they've gotten away with that one. And you know what? Neither can FPX, because they've called a tactical pause. They are so far behind. That was their way back into this map, back into this series, back into the grand finals that they are fighting to get into. But right now, it's not looking like there's a lot of fight in them.
No, I mean, it's just heartbreaking to see that one. And also, I can't, the caster curse is just unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. Like, you were so I was with you, brother. There was no way they win that. Boaster, come on. Now you're just flexing on them, Boaster. He runs down and takes a double. This is fantastic work by the apparent Omen main coming out of nowhere. Mistic, my boy, on Viper, swinging in for another. And Meddo, okay, he gets one, but you've got another two to find. Well, find them he will. He pops his ult, picks up a weapon now that he knows he's safe, runs away with the spike towards the B side. And to be honest here, he should get a plant, but it's those post plants. He has got utility, he's got tripwires, he's got cages, he's even got a camera. This is winnable, and he's got the space. Look at this, the other players are still on the A side, so he'll have time to set up afterwards.
Cage triggered.
And this is such a crucial round for him. He needs to win this to stay in the game. It's gonna be super hard. If we're starting to come up to 10 and 11 rounds, it's looking pretty dicey, I'd say.
He's ready for them to have already rotated, so he's not using any of his utility. He doesn't know when he'll be pushed down. This is a problem. The advantage that he had is just completely gone. Meddo able to get one, though, and he fades out afterwards. Oh, sees the shoulder. He knows that player's about to peek and tap it away, but he can't get it done. My heart is breaking for FPX, but it's bursting for SUMN. 10 rounds on the board now. They're making this look like a joke. It's so easy.
It just looks like Jack was playing with him. He just kept jiggle picking, kept jiggling until he found the right angle, and they just crouched and sprayed him. It was...
And as well, that's a left into right shoulder peek. Like, he is at a disadvantage in that fight. Look at this. Hey, now I'm going to deal with you. Oh, so well done, man.
Who would have thought this, man?
No, but I'm not even going near that. FPX have never been shut down in this kind of way. This is the semi-finals of the major, the biggest event in Valorant history, in EU history. FPX have always been hot on the heels of G2, who didn't make it to the grand finals for the first time ever, losing a best of 3. FPX now, they're thinking, oh, well, this is their time to shine. They can take the crown without the giants of Europe in their way, and they can't take more than a round on their attack side. If they lose this one, that is, it's the final round of the half. It starts out with 1-for-1 trades, and over on the A side, there's already been a creep out. Shadow getting close, and he catches Mistic off guard. It's not the best FPX have looked. They had a round that was almost unlosable, but it's damn close.
Absolutely, and you see the push coming in here. Utility is being used off. It's the last round, so there's no reason to save it. The plant should go down, and we have Reyna on a long flank. Shadow takes out Mo as well. This, I don't want to say it again, but it's a 4 versus 2 situation. There's no way they can lose this. Doma is on a dangerous flank here. Can he find a pickoff?
Oh, no, he can't. There's a Guardian waiting up close to doma him, and it all comes down to Jack, who's chucked out of this round 10-2 at the halftime. No, the UI is
Switching
not backwards. FPX are trailing by 8. 3 rounds. All that SUMN FC need going onto their attacking side where they've looked best.
Wow. Now this is a mountain to climb.
That it is. You know all about that.
I was waiting
I can
for
see you
that.
right up the top. Your little, I can imagine it's a wooden lodge.
I mean, if there's one thing you're used to, it's looking up to me, so that's okay.
God damn it. I walked right into that one. Man, I cannot believe what we're witnessing right now. This is a lights-out game by tsack, by Mistic, 2 players we've highlighted before for being so damn solid. tsack, he's been quiet in recent months, but man, he's coming in now. And Mistic, I'm loving his Viper more and more every time I see it. FPX being challenged by the young guns, the younger version of themselves, staring them down. Mid-aggression, they're still showing confidence, but there's a 1-for-1 trade. Somehow, tsack gets away with it onto Angel, and now mid-pressure being applied. Doma using up both of his Leers, the nade expertly used to keep them back so they can't capitalize on that expensive utility burned up. Zyppaan deals with tsack, and they try to rush them down, but Mistic and Doma, they're delivering the punches. Meddo's only got a shorty, and now has a 1v2 to win. Again, a round that looks like FPX are in complete control of, just slips out of their hands.
And if that's not worse enough, you have a Reyna with 150 HP. Now that's the worst opponent you want to face in a gun round.
When you've got a shorty, so Meddo's upgraded to a classic at least. Well, you've got any weapon, obviously, but even worse if you've got a shorty. He needs the classic in this situation, so he's got it. Now looking over towards the B side. He doesn't see anybody. He has no information. Absolutely nothing to work with. Now, smoke went down. I think he's just heard that. He knows something's going to be going down towards B, but oh, wait. Did he didn't hear the teleport.
No, he didn't. He was too far away to hear the teleporter.
30 seconds left.
It's going to buy them some time. They've already got the man advantage, but in all this time that's been wasted, Doma has lost his armor. Because remember, that overheal only lasts a certain amount of time, and that time has long passed.
Planted. Spike planted. One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining.
Stealing sight.
Only one person left. The paranoia comes out, actually hits Meddo here. He needs to take cover. He gets his camera out, doesn't find anything. He gets shot instantly as Boaster's just chilling behind triple here. Inside, he's just pre-fires the smokes and gets him. Oh my goodness, this is not looking good.
You know what? We said Boaster's the kind of guy that knows what's going on inside FPX's head, right? He spent so long learning everything there is to know about this team. He said he wants to be Angel. He wants to become him. Little creepy, but he didn't mean it in that way.
Yeah.
But as we see Boaster come into this game, he was looking frustrated 6 or 7 rounds into the first map. He was getting shut down. They were looking stressed. They called a pause round 8, still didn't go their way. Things were falling apart. Map 2, they bounce back. They show they've got what it takes to challenge FPX. And right now, on a map that I was looking forward to so much, I thought it would be the close, gritty one. I thought we'd see a Viper from FPX. They changed it up. They thought they'd catch someone off guard. And instead, they are getting pummeled into the ground. That pistol was like one of probably their last chance back into this. Now they are scrapping. They're desperately trying to find any way back into this, and it's full sheriffs that they're going to try to do it with.
Absolutely, it's really difficult, and I just can't wait to hear Lothar possibly complaining that if they played Viper, maybe this would have looked very different. But, you know, we can't take this away from SUMN. They've been playing so well, so good, so many advanced strategies and flanks, and it's just wonderful to see this kind of gameplay. A finalist worthy for sure.
100%. They have earned their spot here, and they may well earn their spot in the finals as 2 players already dropped, 3 from FPX, leaving it down to Meddo and Shadow. A classic in hand. Meddo can't get anything done. Shadow, Sheriff in hand. 1v5 needed. It's not going to happen, but maybe he can find an exit. Maybe he can catch a player off guard, and he just might. That angle seemed to be his, but I think he was spotted. He was. He definitely was because he's spamming away. That is a flawless round. 12-2. 1 round left for SUMN FC to claim their spot in the grand finals. We do not have the team that are pinned to be the best in Europe, and we may well not have the second best either. We may have new definitions on the top 2 after this event.
Yes, and not to mention that was a Prime Gaming flawless, by the way.
That it was. And I got to say, they are looking to be in their prime in their gaming. That's for damn sure.
Just
when
like
look
you
at
are,
SUMN
Mitch.
FC.
You're in your prime as well.
Not in the game, but at least in real life. I don't look it, but somehow I am.
Oh, stop it. Now this is an important round for FPX because if you don't win this round or the next 10 rounds, you're out.
Yeah, it's a big ask. That is for sure. The Paranoia lined up very cautiously this time. Not able to catch anybody with it, but Zyppaan, there we go, onto Mistic. That's a nice opening. Zyppaan in with 2. Angel on another double. And FPX, they're not giving up yet. At least one more round. Unless tsack has got a 1v4 in his back pocket. I don't know about that with a Bulldog in hand. I feel like this round might be done and dusted. We'll see what he can manage to salvage with a minute left on the clock.
There is no way he wins this round.
Stop it. You're banned. You're banned from saying that. You've already ruined it once for FPX. Angel's going to be having a conversation with you after this.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Angel. I still love you. Oh, but anyway, this was a bonus round for SUMN, so they should be able to full buy after this and possibly secure their dominance in this map so far.
Dominance is doing it a disservice, but I really don't know any way to describe what's happening to FPX. I guess the game is doing it for us. 12-3. 9 consecutive rounds needed. That shock dart even hit. Recon caught them a lot of info. Really well handled by FPX. And as I said before, and I said it in the previous map, this is the kind of team that's going to look at this and say, better lose 13-5 than 13-4, and so on, till you hit that overtime. That's what experience brings you. There are a lot of young guns on this team, everyone but Angel. But the reality is they've got his mentorship and they're all level-headed. Now they just need to be level-headed for 9 more rounds. It's a tough one, man. SUMN FC have been so solid so far. And look how patient they are. They know this is their game to lose.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. You don't want to make any mistakes now. You have 1 minute and 30 seconds between you and possibly losing or winning a final spot. It seems like the Viper wall is a bit different this time. They are lurking 5 people outside B, but it seems like FPX is expecting this with a very heavy weighing towards B side as well, with 3 players plus Cypher utility lurking up towards B long. They don't have the info that they're here yet. This could be a disaster if they don't find out. The smoke comes out from Omen. I think they're starting to suspect something's wrong. They're playing 2 players into hookah as well. Shadow's in a position here to get the crossfire. They seem to be backing off. There comes the TP play. A so far, they're still waiting for them. They haven't over-rotated. Plan is good. The executes are coming out. The Raze ult is popped as well. Just being used to save time. But oh my god, Zyppaan! Are you kidding me?
That timing is god tier. Zyppaan in with 3, winning this round single-handedly for FPX, you would imagine. And Mo, he's going to have a huge one. Not going to happen this time around. And 1 more picked up for FPX. It's a long road, but they're on the right track.
Their hearts must be racing right now.
That timing by Zyppaan there. Pops the ult. Waits. No.
We can be honest that this is also a certain amount of luck.
Left.
Absolutely. That's what I mean. Like the timing, in a way, there's no way for him to know. He knows players are coming through the teleport. I guess in a way as well, it's not necessarily a bad play by someone. What it is a misread or the lack of information, I should say, that Zyppaan has been playing towards this position. If they know that he's playing bathroom and then they hear the ult, you walk out of bathroom very slowly and calmly back out of there.
Get out of here, guys, pretty quickly.
They thought that they'd actually sold a rotate towards the B side, so they probably presumed he was coming through spawn. He was about to challenge mid, but they didn't have the right info on that one. For SUMN, it's going to be a quick round. They are rushing in towards this B side through the utility, not baiting anything out, looking to just take heads up aim duels, teleport inside of the Viper or Mistic. He manages to catch 1, catch 2. In fact, Doma shut down right afterwards. Viper orb goes up, blocking off a little bit more. Oh, okay, I like this. This is really good. They can get to the site and recover that spike now. Also push some of these players back off these angles. Mistic, he's going to TP, but he gets shot through the Viper ultimate, leaving it down to a 2v3 and a much less winnable situation.
One enemy
Oh,
remaining.
wait, what is this?
Is this happening?
Player remaining.
Shadow he can get the ace here. 1 versus 1 situation. Tsack is very low on HP. 30 seconds left on the clock. The plant might go down. He's pushing him. Is this happening?
30 seconds
He's just
left.
gonna rush him, but Shadow's got the ace. Wow, a savior in this round, playing from elbow. He caught every player that was trying to cross over the site. He sprayed through the Viper ultimate to catch Mistic, who was about to rotate through the teleporter and completely give them a plant on the A site. That was their round if it wasn't for Shadow.
Yeah, and we need to mention the fact that this was a low buy from SUMN FC as well, and still it was that close. Now that Viper ult had a big part of it, of course, to try to pick up the bomb again, but man, these are some close rounds.
That they are, and a really good read by Shadow as well. Sees the Viper ult go down, realizes, okay, they're going to go try get the spike. SUMN FC, they're up in the pace yet again. They challenged Bathroom straight away. They got right up there into their opponent's faces, popped a cage already just to clear this angle out completely. Now they've got control. Fighting for that early map control. TP through to the back. That's with the spikes. No way he commits to that. He's going to cancel it. Either he's going to cancel it or he's throwing the round. Smoke goes down. They're going to push the site with the wall up, cutting off lamps. There is a player currently peeking it. Ult popped, and no damage from Mo. Not a lot of damage from Mo, as Angel catches Doma. This is winnable for FPX with Zyppaan catching Boaster. That should be, but they've got the control, right? They've got lamps, they've got spawn, they've got heaven. Everything is going their way. Spike not planted. Meddo makes sure of that, connects it, drops the spike in the open, leaves Mistic and Mo to try and recover this, and it's all down to Mistic. He's been sick, but he hasn't been that good, unfortunately.
The climb has begun. They still have another 6 rounds they need to win, but they're looking a lot better now. And to top it off, SUMN probably needs to save here, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So this could be another round or 2 going to FPX's way. But then again, we've seen how dangerous they are even on these low buys and ecos. You've seen how good they are with the sheriffs. They can still use their utility. It's definitely not something you can just expect to win, simply because it's an eco round.
You know what? You also got to give props to SUMN FC, who've just called a tactical pause. They've got a 6-round lead, plenty of time to throw away that lead, and they realize that. So they're going to call the tactical, figure out what they need to do, and get back into the game with a fresh eye on things. Now, that's something that not a lot of teams do. We mentioned it earlier. I think I saw G2 call 2 tactical pauses, one of which was when they had a 10-1 or 9-2 lead. It was like they were miles ahead. I don't know what they were doing. It was probably a pee break. But they very, very rarely call those tac pauses. And again, when you go down into the lower teams like top 10, top 15, top 20, even more rare to see a tac pause called. They just tend to roll with it. And when you're losing a streak of rounds, that's not when you say, hey, hopefully it gets better, because all of a sudden that 6-round lead becomes a 1-round lead, and the pressure's on.
Go get him.
You're fighting for the 13-11, not where you want to be, not at all. And not where you want to be is where SUMN are. They've actually gone for a Hero Guardian, and that's in the hands of Mistic. Not surprising considering how well he's been playing.
That is true. You need to trust your Viper main and the team to do the duty, right?
Well, I play Viper. Let's not oversell it, but you need to trust them if they're playing as well as Mistic.
Absolutely. You see a sneaky push up to Hookah here so far. It's quite normal to play Hookah in eco rounds as you try to not have too long range fights. Of course, having less firepower, you kind of want to try to push it into close combat, get those one-shots. The flash comes out for Doma here, pushes in on site. Boaster TP's on top of the box here. In on site, he actually gets Meddo with the Friends, and this is what I said, they can be so dangerous even on an eco round. He's stunned and smoked. Doma can't see anything, but this is dangerous.
It absolutely is. Now they forced them into close range fights. The spike is on the side. It can get planted as well. I think they want to open up the space to get that. Oh, I like this after the shock dart. Boaster wins the duel. Angel goes down. A 3K for Boaster. He gets killed by Mo. What's going on? A 4 versus 2. Weapons in the hands of the defenders. Coming back in for the retake. Ult popped. Looking for some victims. Looking towards elbow. Zyppaan has no idea there's a player inside the site. This is Doma's round to throw. He's got the sheriff in hand. He's crept into the corner that they cleared earlier. They have no idea what he's about to do to them. Zyppaan walks forward, sees Nova, but gets shot in the head. And Shao, the last alive, spotted a 1v3 to win. And SUMN FC, they may just have booked their spot in the grand finals. SUMN FC upset FPX, and this one, I have no doubt, is going to be called an upset. But we knew they were capable, we knew they put the work in, and boy oh boy, we don't have G2, we don't have FPX, but we will have one hell of a grand final.
And this is so deserved. And by the way, that was a Playzilla thrifty round, by the way. Let's not forget.
One hell of a way to close out the game.
Absolutely. We said this so many times. You cannot sleep on these teams just because they have an eco round. They use